In this video, I'll be explaining how to purchase items safely online. So welcome back. In case you don't know me, my name is Emmanuel Ubemena. We talk on online safety, digital safety, and also expose the latest scams and tricks used by scammers. So I know most times we get to purchase items online, either through an e-commerce site that we know, either through social media platform, through personal sales. Okay, you might see someone selling this item that you want to get, and then you contact the person. So that's the second way we can get items or purchase items online. And the third one is through companies or organizations, either through their websites or something like that sort. Okay, so but how do we make sure we are purchasing the right items, the items that are good? How do we make sure that we are purchasing from the right people, and how do we make sure that we don't get scammed after perhaps paying for these items? So make sure you stay to the end of this video. So the first place we could get something online is via e-commerce stores, like you know about Amazon, you know about eBay, you know about AliExpress. For those in Nigeria, you know Jumia, Konga, and a lot of it. So we get items from those e-commerce sites, but how do you make sure that the item you are getting is a genuine one? How do you make sure that when you get it, it's quite okay and it's not different from what you ordered? You don't want to be ordering an iPhone 12 and then you'll be getting an Android 12. So I'm sure that's not what you want. So how do you make sure what you're ordering is the best quality, or you don't get scammed for what you're ordering once you're ordering from an e-commerce site? So the first thing to do when you're ordering from an e-commerce site is to make sure you read the reviews under that particular seller. For example, you might be ordering from Amazon. There are lots of sellers on Amazon. Amazon is just a platform, just like a market where people go to buy things, but it's just online. So you have different sellers. Make sure you read the reviews of that particular item bought from the seller to know if this seller has been delivering and getting the right products to people, or getting a substandard product to people. You will surely see people's reviews and people's either displeasure or impression. You will get to see what people have to say about that item, because lots of people must have purchased it before. So make sure you read reviews. It's just important. Don't just go, perhaps you went to eBay and it was $50, and then you came to Amazon and it was $30, and then you say, oh, it's cheaper. Amazon is a known e-commerce site, and why can't I get this cheaper? It does not always work that way. So make sure you read the reviews under that to make sure you're getting a very good item. Okay, and the second thing you should take note of is that there are lots and lots, I can't really count them, but there are lots of online, or should I say e-commerce stores online. There are lots of e-commerce stores online. I've mentioned the whole lot of it. There are other ones which might not be that popular, but they still go ahead and sell items. So you should be, you don't just see links to purchasing an item and then you feel, okay, this is an e-commerce site, even though it's not popular, you then go ahead and buy. You might get scammed if you visit an e-commerce site that it's fake, because people create fake websites. So don't just say to yourself, this is an e-commerce site, wow, it's quite cheaper here, and then you rush, you make payment and do one. If you rush and do that, the risks you might be facing might be, one, you might be putting your card details in a cloned website, or you might just be purchasing an item that it's quite fake, or you might be purchasing an item that is substandard because that particular e-commerce site might be a scam. Let me just put it in quotes. So what you do is you go online, you check the reviews for that particular e-commerce site. Either you type the name of the e-commerce, then put scam just behind it. So once you put scam behind it, it should pop up something related to that particular e-commerce site. Then you can also read reviews on that e-commerce site to know if the e-commerce site is a good one. As long as it's not a known site, make sure you research before purchasing that particular item. Then the third one, this one is perhaps the most important one. Make sure if you are purchasing from an e-commerce site, you look at the URL to make sure it is the right URL. When I mean URL, I mean the web address or the website. Make sure it is from amazon.com. okay, don't just see a link sent to you on WhatsApp that you can get this laptop for this price, and then you click on it and you may put your card details and you start buying. Don't do that. And make sure you look at the web address. Make sure it's from amazon.com, the right website, and it's HTTPS. That means it's a secure site. Nowadays there are lots of website cloning going around where they create a website that looks like Amazon or like Jumia and all those different types of known e-commerce sites. Once you put your password and then put your card details, they get to take your money, they get to have your card details, and that is all for you. Most people have, I'm not just saying these things because I know people are falling into this. I'm using the experience and the reports from what people are saying to give you this information. So it's important you take note of this. So the second way we can purchase things online is through personal sales, in the sense that you might want to purchase something. You might have wanted to get a particular wristwatch for a long time, or a particular footwear, and then you see someone on Instagram saying, oh, I sell these footwears, they are very affordable, 2,500 this, blah blah blah. It might not even be the original price, but I want you to take note of something. If the price is looking too cheap or cheaper than what it's supposed to be, just know that it's a red flag. So you need to be careful of that. Don't just rush to buy the item. Once you see the person, don't just rush to make payments. One, since it's a person, you can video call the person, like call the person via video call, and make sure you can see the person. Then possibly during the video call, take a screenshot of the person's face, so that if anything goes wrong, you will have something to track the person with, okay? And then you can even expose the person so that other people don't fall into that kind of scam. So if possible, if the person has a physical store, you try and make research online. Is this physical store real? Is this person's venture, whatever it is, real? Don't just rush to pay money because it's looking 100 naira cheaper, or $100 cheaper, or $10 cheaper than what the original price is. So you need to be careful. So the second way too you can make sure you are getting your items safely from this means is that you can read the reviews. Perhaps this person is a seller on Instagram, and the person has been selling. Go to the person's page and make sure the person has gotten good reviews. You might see people saying, oh, thank you for what you bought that time, though be careful, there might be fake reviews. So you still need to do the first one, which I said, you need to speak with the person face to face. But most times you get genuine reviews there, where you see someone complaining, okay, the item got to me but it came late, or it came damaged, it came this and that. You get to see reviews on the person's page. So make sure the person has social media platforms like IG or Facebook that you can easily see the person. The person has a social media presence. That's just what to call it. That's the basic thing to call it. Make sure the person has a known social media presence, not just the person is just present on Instagram and then that's it. You just make sure you can always track the person on other social media platforms, okay? Not just one. That's the very important thing. So the final one on getting something from someone, like a personal sale online, is that you can do the 70 to 30 policy. You can do the 70 to 30 policy. Most times I do it, I just play that card, but most times not all sellers agree to that, but some agree to that. What do I mean by the 70-30 policy? I mean, before the item comes, you get to pay 70% of the cost of that item. You get to pay 70% of the cost of the item. Then when the item comes, you get to pay the 30%. That is because I know most of these items, they come on delivery, okay? For the personal sale online, when you say I want these sneakers, the person says, oh good, I will make your order and I'll bring it to your doorsteps. But most times they need a particular amount of money, so don't just pay in full. Ask the person, can I pay this amount 70% first, then when you are done, when you deliver, I'll give you the remaining 30%. That way you don't get to lose all in case something happens. But like I said, it's good to see the person physically, either via video call, or you get to meet the person at a location. But don't just rush to buy. Look well, open your eyes, and make sure you are getting the right stuff from the right person. So the last way which you could purchase something online is either through a company or an organization. You might see a company saying that they sell routers, that's Wi-Fi or Mi-Fi, whatever you know it as, or they sell TVs, or they sell something of that sort. You might see a company that just that's what they sell. So basically, you need to make sure they have online presence. You need to make sure you can easily track these companies on different social media platforms, and then you also get the reviews of these companies. Check their website. They should have a website. No company should just maybe message you on their Twitter account and say, oh, we sell these things. For them to be a genuine company, they should have a website where, okay, you can see what they do and what they sell exactly. Don't just, oh, we are this company, because it's very easy for people to form a company name these days and say we have this company, and then we are selling routers, we are selling this, we are selling that. They should have a website. That's standard. That's a basic formal thing every company should, or organization should have. They should have a website. So make sure you make research on that particular thing. So you also need to check business rating, organizations, and then customer groups. Okay, these people get to tell you this particular website is good, this particular company is good, they are legit and all. So once you see online, you get to see those particular people that what they do is rate businesses. Okay, so you can know if it's safe to buy from those people or those individuals. So finally, now that I've talked about the 3 ways you could get something online and how to make sure you purchase the right items and without getting scammed, let me tell you the red flags you should watch out for. Once you see these red flags, just run immediately. The first one is once they have no reviews at all. Once you go to Jumia to purchase an item, and then you see the item, you go to the reviews part, and they don't have reviews at all. In most cases, it's not as if the ones without reviews are not legitimate, or they might give you a substandard product or something. But I would rather go to someone that has reviews, and that you've seen the negative reviews and positive reviews of that person. I know that I can trust this person in a way, so always go to someone that has reviews. The same thing with the Insta. If you are getting from personal sales or organizational or company sales, make sure you check the reviews. If they don't have reviews at all, if nobody has ever reviewed that, oh, this product was good or this thing was good, don't try it. Just step back, find another means to get that item you want to get. Okay, it's safer. Then another major feedback, this one is very obvious. If the person has negative feedbacks, if you've checked the reviews and then you are seeing lots of negative feedbacks, don't just say let me give the person a benefit of the doubt, because once you do that, as long as he has been getting negative comments, most likely you will be the next in line. So once you see negative comments, just switch. It's not your fault, but you are here to do business. Switch immediately to someone that has positive comments or fairly positive comments. Leave that person with negative comments, because it's going to do the same thing to you perhaps. On the final red flag you should watch out for: if the item is too cheap. Everybody dey find free things. Sorry if you are not a Nigerian, if you don't understand, I'm sure you can see the subtitle down. Everybody dey find cheap things. It means everyone is looking for cheap things, but you can't be looking for a PS5 that are selling maybe $400 or $300. You can't see that. And then when you see something like that, something should spark in your head that something is wrong with this. Either this is a fake product, or this is a damaged product, or something is wrong. You don't just get things like that cheap, especially when they are not doing a promo or any sort of thing. So make sure you open your eyes. Once you see something that cheap, just know that is a red flag. I remember I didn't really speak on marketplace in terms of online sales like e-commerce. There's what they call marketplace on Facebook. Marketplace on Facebook is majorly like personal sales, because people get to put their items that they sell, and in a way it is almost like an e-commerce purchase or sales, because Facebook regulates some things that happen there. So it's almost in the mix of this, but this still applies if you get something from, if you are usually or if you usually shop in marketplace, or if you will ever shop in Facebook marketplace, you need to be careful, because people have been scammed in that marketplace. Is now a hideout for scammers, or a jackpot for scammers. That's where most scammers go to scam people for products. So you need to take note. I'm going to, in my later video, perhaps the next video I'll release, or the next 2 videos, I'm going to explain the ways people are scammed in marketplace, in Facebook marketplace, and how you can identify a scam in Facebook marketplace if you are used to getting stuff from Facebook marketplace. So if you are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe now. If you are new to this channel, thank you for coming. Those that have been here with us, thank you for being a family. I love you all. So do well to share this video, and if you've not given us a like on this video, do well to click on that like button. See you next time. Remember to stay safe. Your online safety is key.